Okay, so time for a big update on the Hogger. I have been slaving away AFK, just doing the combat stats at fetid zombies, and a couple of things which we need to cover. One is I've augmented a lot of weapons and armors, and got them up to level 10 for us to disassemble today. Also, we are now 80 attack, 75 strength, and also the scavenging perk has been going pretty wild. Now, don't get me wrong, we haven't got copious amounts of uncommon materials, but we're doing okay. Nothing too rare at the minute. But again, we're only Scav 2, it's just going to help us so much in the grand scheme of things. And I think by the time we've got level 80, we'll be able to go and just try perking stuff out, see how we can do with it. Now, one thing which we've found over the past couple of days is that I need Ancient Invention to go and get some of the perks. I've been using them on 7-day bond, they really work very well and they do benefit massively what they offer in terms of combat, but I need level 85 Invention to be able to do Ancient Invention. So, what we've been doing is, while training melees, we've been leveling up all of our Bandos and Thorax hammers, and I think at the minute we have a total of 5 Thorax hammers, which is really nice. We can go and augment them, and then we have, I think it's 2 sets of Bandos, which we'll be able to augment as well and get some decent XP from. So I'm just going to go and grab those really quick. Actually, I forgot about the one I'm sort of wielding as well, so it's going to be 6 hammers and 3 sets of Bandos, which is actually going to be a massive XP dump. So what I think I'm going to do going forward is the 2 remaining Thorax hammers I've got in the bank, I'm just going to sell on the Grand Exchange. I think I might go for something like a Sara God Sword, maybe a Zami God Sword, because those components are quite helpful down the line, and it'd be pretty easy for me to go and just augment some God Swords and get some real decent extra components from that anyway. Also as well, one thing which I've had on the Grand Exchange for a little while is Jackalope Antlers, and they've been starting to buy quite consistently. So at some point, we might go and do some Jackalopes in terms of summoning and just sell them on the Grand Exchange. I'm hoping that the price of a Jackalope pouch is still around like 70k, so if we were to go and do it, we'd make quite a bit of profit from it as well. So I'm just going to check, because if it's to a point of like, it's not worth doing, I'm not going to buy the antlers. But I do think for 15,000 coins, it ain't that bad. So 20k is a big sort of drop there. So what I'll probably do is leave that in for a little bit longer, and then we'll see what we can do with it. But at least a 15k, 16,000 coins is my break even for the pouch. So we'll go and try and see how that goes anyway. But what we're here for mainly is going to be to disassemble. So we're going to start at level 73 Invention. And then we have all of these armors, all tier 70. So there'll be pretty decent XP, 460k a go. These will also give us some of the uncommon materials as well, which is really nice. The Bandos pieces will also give us Bandos components, which do have some pretty decent value later on, I believe. I think they are used for certain perks, so we'll definitely get some use out of that as well. The Thorax hammers ones, I thought gave undead ones, but I suppose not really. Maybe that would just come from the Barrow's armors instead. So level 77, that is 78, and the ideal goal really is 85. I don't think I'll get it just yet, but I'm very close in terms of having another chaotic staff at level 12. And also we've got a subjugation as well, so we're not doing too bad, and we still need to go and do 5 strength levels as well, which is going to give us probably another set, maybe 2 sets worth of armors. But there is the final one, that is going to give us level 81 Invention. Pretty big actually. To get sort of 8 levels from Invention is really nice, and all of this was done heavily AFK. So from that, we have unlocked Sara, Zami, Armadillo, Bandos components, which will benefit us a little bit later down the line. The charge drain and junk reduction, which I'm going to go and unlock because that is really worthwhile. We now have a large generator, a auto disassembler Mark II, which is a very, very nice thing, because really I want to be throwing in items which are worthwhile to throw into a disassembler, and then it can just be done while I'm doing other stuff. Our bank is down quite a bit. We're down almost about 150 mil, but we did buy the brooch. So don't forget, we have bought the brooch as well, and the combat stats are looking pretty clean, to be fair. Now, you might be asking, what is that offer for Dragon Bones? Apparently, Dragon Bones were selling incredibly cheap, like 700 GP worth. I'm not in a rush to buy them, but if they ever do hit that point, I will buy prayer from there. And yeah, that's pretty much where the hog has been. It's been AFKing a lot because obviously we've been doing the Slayer series on 7-day bond. We've been doing some stuff on the main account as well. So because of that, rather than like not do anything at all, I always like to make some form of progress. So I just basically throw this account at fetid zombies for a bit, and we just make some big gains through there. But yeah, I do think the AFK skilling / money making arc will come in. It's a little bit, although 130 mil is a really decent amount of cash to go off. There's still stuff in the bank I'd probably sell. But yeah, we're not doing too bad at all. But what I'm going to be doing, going back to fetid zombies for a little bit longer, wait till we get to 80 attack. Hopefully by that point we'll have some more sets of armors to assemble. Even if I just have one more set of Bandos and a God Sword, it will be really beneficial. But yeah, that's the update for now, and we'll come back once we've done another big stint of AFKing and report to you guys what we've got. So lately, I've been playing quite a lot on the main account, doing the Reaper and loot from so long of bosses, and on 7-Day Bond as well, we've been starting the Slayer series as well. So the Hogger has literally been confined to fetid zombies, but we're going to take that as an opportunity to rack up a lot more Invention XP and components. So we are here for another mammoth breaking down of some armors and weapons which we've been doing AFKing. So in terms of where we are for a level, we now have level 84 attack and 80 strength. So the goal has been to work our way towards level 85, because 85 will give us access to the Dragon Rider Lance, and melee kind of sort of gets a bit more serious in terms of the ability to go in AFK. We'll do a lot more damage and it'll be a lot more beneficial to go and do stuff as well. So yes, fetid zombies, you don't get charms and it's kind of a bit wasteful, but for the type of kind of gameplay I needed to do, I needed something heavily AFK I didn't need to pay attention to, and all of these items have been having scavenging on as well, so we have scavenged quite a decent amount of uncommon materials. It's not going to change the world, but it's just something in the right direction to progress with, and it's something we needed to do. However, now it's time to harvest all of these armor pieces and weapons. And hopefully, I'm pretty sure we're going to go and get level 85 Invention, which is going to be access to the Ancient Invention, which is going to kind of change gameplay quite a bit, because that means we can start going after better perks. We can go and use the Ancient Invention to really push for those better perks, skilling items, combat items, and just do a full perk out. It will be quite a bit of cash to invest in to actually get it to that point, but I think it's going to be worth it, and the benefits will be big as well. Now, the nice thing with the Zami God Swords is that's going to give us a decent amount of Zami components as well, which will come in useful a little bit later on. 84 Invention is also basically the equivalent of like 92. It just basically means we're halfway there, which is really, really nice as well. We're definitely going to get 85, and we'll probably get a couple levels past it as well, which is really nice. And this just means that when we get back to the point of wanting to play the accounts again, just when the other two have kind of stopped being a bit fun. At the minute, I'm really enjoying the PVM side on the main account, and I'm really enjoying 7-Day Bond Slayer grind. We'll have to do the same thing on this account at some point as well. We'll go and do some Slayer, but we may as well get it in the best place possible. And what we've done as well, because Invention has been a little money pit for the time being, and we've spent a lot of money disassembling these God Swords. Every one of them is about 2 mil, and the Bandos pieces as well are about 3 mil for a plate and tassets as well. So they've been very expensive, and we've put a lot of cash into Invention. But I think with the kind of turnaround and the levels we've got from it, I do think it's worth it. So from the levels we've got, we've unlocked quite a lot of new components. Classic and historic as well is pretty big. Ancient Invention and also the mushroomy pickpocketing bag. Crystal binding rod will have an effect later on, and we've also had another drain reduction and charge improvements as well. So really happy that we've got those unlocked. We can go to a workbench and unlock all those and get a decent amount of XP. That's when the XP starts to get a little bit better. Now, because we've destroyed that, you can see our cash stack is now at 280 mil. Don't get me wrong, it's way beyond what we would ever need at this stage of our account, but it's definitely taken a massive hit. And Invention now is kind of getting to a point where we can take the pedal off the gas. We don't need to go as hard as on Invention anymore. Ancient Invention is pretty massive, and what we have in the bank is a blueprint which we're going to read and unlock as well. So this cost me 5 mil, very much worthwhile, and it's going to give us access to those gizmos, which we'll probably do later on, and we'll go and revisit, because I want to go and sort of rehash my machines as well once I've decided on some things for that. However, I have been busy. So what we have here is a couple of supplies which are hopefully going to make us some decent money. We have 4,000 Lanternine potions. Now these are either going to go into magic potions or anti-fire potions. Basically whatever is going to make us more profits. So I'm not too bothered about the herbal or XP, whatever's going to make us more profit. Same with 10,000 spirit weed potions. They're probably going to go to super necromancy potions because it's a decent margin. Basically, I've gone for these supplies because, in my opinion, they're relatively cheap, like 5k for a lanternine or a spirit weed potion. Traditionally, anti-fires are going to be 8.5k to 9,000 coins, so there's profit there. Spirit weed potions, 5.4. Maybe we spend 1,000 coins in congealed blood. We can then sell the super necromancy potions for about 9,000 coins, because we also have as well the Brooch of the Gods. With the Brooch of the Gods, we'll get more invention components just from skilling as well. So it will be something where we'll go and get invention materials and make profit as well. Also, Black Dragon leather for just under 1,900 coins. It's kind of a no-brainer when you can kind of sell a Black Dragon hide body for about 9,000 coins. So we'll get some really good crafting XP and make a lot of money, but these are going to be passive things we'll do over time. Also bought some more jackalope antlers. This is something I might do quite soon, because the price of a pouch is kind of all over the place. At one point, it was like 15,000 coins, and then now it's hit low volume again where it's not buying for 100k. So maybe I'll go and do those. I've got about 1,500 now. So that could be something we could do an AFK, and the point will be just to throw it in the Grand Exchange and just leave it to sell over a period of time. I do think as well, dragon stone necklaces might not be the worst thing to do at the minute, because there's going to be a dig site coming in the next week or so, so porters are going to go up in price. So I might start investing in some porters, because I think I might be able to do the dig site, but definitely on the main account, that's something I'd look at doing as well. But yeah, that's pretty much what we've been doing. Again, really not paid attention to this account for the past couple of weeks. The other two really are starting to take my attention because they've got so much going on with series and stuff. But we always still have it doing something. I'm much rather have it doing something than nothing at all. I might go and do a couple more AFK skills. Maybe we're going to do a bit of fishing. Maybe do a bit of mining next. But no, that's currently where this account is sat. Thank you guys for watching. Really hope you've enjoyed. Again, the hogger will be a bit more frequent over the next couple of weeks when I sort of die down a little bit on either account. But if you've got any suggestions of what you want us to do next, let me know in the comment section down below. Thank you as always for sticking around, watching the video. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys very soon in the next video.